What up, guys? Team Moky's B here. I haven't made a video in a while, so I figured I'd go ahead and make a video. Sorry that this is kind of angled, but it looks really cool, so why the hell not? This is also going to be a response to the Binder Blenders video, their contest that they're doing on Draco DMD's channel. This is a deck profile on a deck that I haven't seen anything of. Sorry about the intro. There's not really much of an intro because all I can use to make an intro is Windows Movie Maker, and Windows Movie Maker sucks, so whatever. So here's a deck that I haven't seen anyone make, and it's really competitive. I top just about every time I go. If not, I do very well. I only really lose to random decks, and this isn't just like, oh, I lose to dinosaurs or something like that, like Countdown, Burn, random, retarded stuff like that wins. So it's Heroes. It's a really cool deck. It's not like the stupid Gemini beat stuff or, you know, anything retarded like that. It's just really cool. So we'll go ahead and get onto the deck. Woo! 3 Deep Sea Diva. Now, Diva is really good because it combos with a lot of the pieces that I have in this deck. Obviously, when it summons itself, it gets another one out. So it's just a really good card in general because it automatically creates pluses or forces warnings or something like that. And I also run the Gilman. He allows me to go Diva, Gilman, and either make a 5, which I make a Android quite a bit because it's a light, and it's 2400. So it's light for Shining. It's a generally big beat stick, and I gain points at end phase, so it's really good. And yeah, so it's just good. Also, all these are water targets for 0. So then we got the Heroes, where we got 3 Neos Alias. They are lights for Chaos Sorcerer, and for Shining, and for all that other stuff, and they're Gemini Sparkable, and why the hell not? As well as the Shining, or sorry, Stratos, to search them out. Yeah, then we got 2 Malleys and a Diamond Dude. 2 Malleys work with Diva because they make a level 8, and they're good, except when they get stuck in your hand. They're all Darks for Dark Armed, Darks for Chaos Sorcerer, Hero targets for 0, and whatnot. We also have the other level 2 tuner that works with Malicious, which is Plague. Some more of the lights. We have an Effect Veiler and a Raikou. Now those are multi-purposed. Obviously Effect Veiler stops effects and stops OTKs a lot, and retarded shenanigans like Bogart Knight and whatnot. And then Raikou, you know, is good to set against 6 Sands or something. Not only that, but they both load up the graveyard at the light. Effect Veiler I can dump in any time to get a light in there, and is also a tuner to tune with Gores, which I also run. But and then Raikou mills cards to the grave that can be used with Miracle Fusion. Then to your deck, it's also a light, so either way a light's going to grave unless there's like a Macrocosmos hat or something. Obviously Gores, it's a dark, it's good. Some other cards that we run that are good, Tomato. Now Tomato is not so good anymore, but it does bring out your Plague, your Diamond Dude to use effect next turn. It gets Malicious out of your deck very quickly. It's just a good card, and you know, Recruiters and those kind of things are good in this kind of deck. We got Bulb. Bulb is good because it gives you another way to, you can stack a Malicious for Plague if you have like one in your hand and one in the grave, and then, you know, remove Malicious for Malicious. And then if another Malicious gets on your deck, you can mill it for Glow Bulb, or go into 7s with it and Malicious, and it's just good. You can also Future Fusion a Hero and Glow Bulb for Gaia. We got Thunder King. He's another light, and he's just good. We got Sangan. He searches out a lot of stuff, so he's good. And then 2 of the non-fusion Synchro boss monsters of the deck. We got Dark Arm Dragon and Chaos Sorcerer. They're good. I tried 2 Chaos Sorcerer, and it's eh. So yeah, so there's the monsters. Like I said, if at any time you guys have any suggestions on what I should change, go for it, because this deck is far from perfect. I lost to Scraps when I went to Florida a lot. I don't know why. So we'll see. I guess 3,800 Granels are hard to get around in any deck. Okay, spells. We have Goldsark. Your main Goldsark target is going to be, bam, Future Fusion. Future Fusion sets up a lot of plays. If you get it out early enough, you can call 0 and dump, you know, like a Gilman or a Diva and Malicious. You can also dump, call the Shining and dump like Stratos and Alias, and then Miracle Fusion them for a Shining, and then if that dies, you get them back, and you get the Future Fusion, and it's craziness. Then we've got some generalized staples. 2 Space, 1 Reborn, 1 Dark Hole, Where'd it go? Whoa! Trunade. Okay, now we get to some of the specialized cards. We have cards that add to hand in Rhoda, Allure, Dualities, D-Draw. Now D-Draw I'm iffy about because I only have 3 targets, and I am kind of debating on going to Destiny Hero Defender instead of Diamond Dude. But, you know, Diamond Dude gets free pluses off of stuff, and duality plays, and all that other retarded crap. Then we've got Giant Spark, which kind of adds to hand, I guess. You do draw. Mind Control. It's just good with so many tuners that I run. And then 3 Miracle Fusion, which is good. Good stuff. Okay, and then I'm going to 2 traps, so decrees and traps and stuff like that don't mess with me all that much. We've got the Staple Solemn, and then we've got Wing Blast. Wing Blast is good in this deck because you can pitch Malicious, you can pitch Glow Bulb, you can pitch Plague, you can pitch stuff like that you don't need, as well as heroes for Miracle Fusion, Dead Miracle Fusions, whatnot, to bounce cards back that are problematic. Like Synchros, obviously, Stardust. There's a cool ruling with this where if you pitch a card and bounce Tengu, you don't get to special summon another Tengu, as seen on Underworld 667 and Draco DMD's video, where they were talking about their Random Card Wednesday. So I'm glad to see that a lot more people are running this card. I've been running this card for quite a while just because I run a lot of decks that rely on the graveyard, and this gets stuff in there, and I was glad to see some attention be thrown at this. So thanks guys for actually showing this card off for once in a while, gosh. Okay, now we'll go ahead and go into the extra deck because it's a little bit more important than the side deck, or at least I think it is. Blah. So we got 2 Shining, it's good, Miracle Fusion, whatnot, yeah. We got 2-0, Miracle Fusion, whatnot, yeah. And Gaia. Those are the only heroes I run because those are the only heroes that are good. So, extra deck, we got a Catastor and an Android. Now, a lot of people are asking me what am I going to do with Hyper Librarian. With Hyper Librarian, I'm probably not going to run it. Android's a beat stick and it's a light. Hyper Librarian I don't think are enough to warrant, and Catastor's just staple. So for the 6s, we have Brionic and Gaia Knight, my boss custom Gaia Knight. Once again, dual purposed, 0 target, Gaia target. Like I said, Shining target, we don't have a Squirtle yet, but hopefully soon. Our 7s, we have Ancient Fairy Dragon, which is a light, and Black Rose Dragon, which is pretty much staple, and a fire. And the only reason that fire matters is because Nova Master is coming out soon, and when Nova Master comes out, I will probably bump probably the Fairy Dragon or something like that for that. Then for the 8s, we've got Stardust Dragon, staple, Colossal Fighter, might not be staple as much anymore, but still staple to me. Scrap Dragon, which is a Earth for a Gaia, and Trishula, which is a Water for 0. Now the cool thing about Trish is you can go, you can major rape hand by going Summon Stratos, search, get whatever to your hand. More than likely it's going to survive because it's 18, or you can Wing Blast whatever they're going to kill it with back. And then next turn you can go Diva, get Gilman Synchro to Trish, remove a card from Field Grave and hand, and then Miracle Fusion into an Ab-Zero. So it's really cool, you got really cool pluses, and that way, you know, even if they Dark Hole or something like that, hopefully, if they have Monster out, even if they Dark Hole or whatever, you'll still gain advantage and keep the board simplified, whatever. Anyways, side deck, we have Chimera Tech, because it's good, Draco Equest, which is only good because Super Poly, but I'll get to that later. Grand Mole, it's a Gaia target and just good. Battle Fader, I run Sangan, so any deck that I run Sangan in, there's OTKs in the format, I run Battle Fader because I can search it and it stops me from dying. Cyber for Chimera Tech, Puppet Plant for Sams, System Down for whatever. Super Polys, now Draco Equist requires a Dragon Synchro and a Warrior. Almost a lot of your cards are Warriors, and you can also Super Poly your, you know, if you have like a 0 and a Alias out and they Mirror Force you or whatever, you can Super Poly into, you know, the Shining or something like that, keep advantage. 2 Decrees, because it confuses a lot of people game 2 when I side that in. Scrap Iron Scarecrow just for the lulz, mostly, but it's a fun card to play, especially game 3 when damage actually matters if you think you're going to go into time. Spell Fragrance for when I'm going first game 2, because I can get my setup ready and then activate this during their standby phase and they can't really do much. Skill Drain almost always siding game 2 because it doesn't hurt me as much, because I get pluses off stuff that doesn't necessarily have to have its effect besides Stratos, and it hurts the opponent more than me. And Malevolent Catastrophe. Thanks guys, and peace.